Welcome to the Heartie Potato Podcast. I'm your host, Michaelan. Hi, Hearties. Welcome to the second episode of the Heartie Potato Podcast. I wasn't going to record an episode today. I was going to wait until episode 2 had aired and share my thoughts on it. But I found out that today, January 11th, 12 years ago today, When Calls the Heart first aired. So I realized I had to do something special, and I thought I was going to do this at some point anyway. So in honor today, I am going to share with you my When Calls the Heart journey, how I became a Heartie, and what this show means to me, why it's so special to me. So I started watching. Season 5 had aired. The Christmas special had aired. Season 6 had not aired. I had heard of the show years ago when I was a teenager. I remember hearing about it when it first came out in 2014, but I had never watched it. I didn't know the term Hearties. I didn't know anything about that. I wasn't really online at the time. I had been watching Full House, loved Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky, wanted to see what other things she had done, and I saw that she had done When Calls the Heart, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing about that show, when I was a teenager. So I decided to give it a try. And when I watch TV and there's already several seasons made of a show, I quickly binge my way through to get caught up until the current season. So within a few months, I was caught up and, of course, was devastated when Jack died. But then, once little Jack was born, it gave me hope. I thought, okay, Elizabeth's going to be okay now. And I was ready for season 6. And I still hadn't heard of the Hearties. Didn't know there were fan groups. By season 10, I started seeing these fan groups. And I go, oh, I didn't know the show was that popular, that there are fan groups. I believe Suspenders Unbuttoned, shout out to Sarah and Julie. I believe Suspenders Unbuttoned was the first account that I discovered, and I followed them. And then by the end of season 11, I realized I'm a Heartie. I'm a super fan. I'm a full-on Heartie. I'm one of them now. And then I started this account in time for season 12 to premiere. That is just a quick overview of how I became a Heartie. This show really does mean a lot to me. It's my comfort show. It's the show I watch when I need to feel better. I'm a Christian. I have my faith to turn to. I have God to turn to when I have troubles. But from on earth, on a physical standpoint, tangible standpoint, this show helps me feel more hopeful, encourages me, makes me laugh, makes me cry, all the feels. It's very special to me. I've always described the vibe of the show as a cross between Little House on the Prairie and Dr. Quinn. Obviously, those were different time periods, though not too far off. But those are the vibes it always makes me think of. In my opinion, this show just gets better and better every year. This season looks like it's gonna knock it out of the park. I'm already blown away. As I said in my episode 1 recap of season 13, there wasn't anything I did not like about that episode. The show just continues to grow and get better, and everyone works so hard. Something that I've come to really appreciate about the show, and it's helped me appreciate other movies and shows that I watch, is the amount of work and effort and detail that I see the cast, crew, directors, producers, writers, everybody involved, all the effort that they put into making this show. And I've learned a lot about, through watching bonus features and everything and interviews, how the show is made and all what goes into making a show or a movie. It's phenomenal. the work that is involved is incredible. And they just just when you think they can't get any better, they just continue to surprise you, and they push boundaries and limits. I'm at this point, we're 13 seasons in now. I'm never going to stop watching. I have heard so many stories of fellow Hearties of how much this show means to them, how much a comfort it is, how it's helped them through hard times. It's just an encouraging tool for them. And I know a lot of people can relate to the themes of the stories of, losing a spouse, being a single parent, learning to find love again after dealing with heartbreak and loss. And now we have childhood illness, Jack with his diabetes. A lot of people can relate to pretty much any theme of the show. And I've not gone through any of those things. And for a while, I couldn't say that I could personally relate to the situations that the characters found themselves on until season 10. There's an episode in season 10 where we call it the apple juice scene. Elizabeth and Nathan are talking, and he says, maybe I'm just not cut out to be that guy. Someone that's in a relationship, that's happy, that's in love, married, has children. He, thought maybe that's just not for me. And in that moment, I, for the first time, understood exactly what a character was going through because I personally could relate. I'm single myself, and that's a whole nother story. Very personal to me. I related so much to what Nathan says, and I think that everyone who is single, whether you've been single your whole life like me or you've been single off and on, you can relate to that statement. I think everyone at some point who's been single has asked themselves, am I ever going to find someone? Maybe I'm just not cut out to be that person. That just really spoke to me. And I realized that's the first time I've been able to personally relate to any character on the show. And it just made the show even more special to me. And I think that's what resonates so much with every single person that watches, because at some point, a viewer relates to a character at some point in an episode. They know exactly how someone feels, and it just makes you feel seen and heard. And that's a big reason of why this show is so popular and why it's so special to so many people. Because when a show can make you relate to the characters on TV, that's what makes a show so special. And not just that, but this is another big one. The community. The community that I have found on here, the Hearties, is amazing. I am a fan of several other shows and movies. And I have never, and I've heard other people say this, I have never come across any fandom quite like the Hearties. They are different in a good way. Not just only are Hearties fans of the show, but they are also, everyone befriends each other. Everyone wants to talk to one another. We have the Hearties family reunions, and we have the KC events. And I haven't been privileged yet to go to any of those, but I've talked to several people who have, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go meet so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. You get to meet so-and-so. And we all know who we're talking about because we all know each other, or at least have heard of each other. We all know each other's fan pages. We follow each other's work with all the fan videos and the fanfic and the podcasts. Everybody knows everybody, and the Hearties are truly like a family. And it has just been a special experience to get to be a part of the Hearties. There's truly no other fan group like them. So not only is the show special to me and near and dear to my heart, but the Heartie community is also near and dear to my heart. And it's a true blessing that it's a part of my life. And so on that note, that is a quick overview of my Heartie journey and what the community means to me, what the show means to me. There's a lot more to it than that, but that would be like a 4-hour podcast episode. I can't believe this show has been on for 12 years and there's 13 seasons and we're getting a 14th. We've been greenlit for a 14th. That's just crazy to me. It's one of the most long running shows and I hope it keeps going for many years to come. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for listening. And stay tuned for episode 3 of the Heartie Potato Podcast, because the next episode will be the recap of episode 2 of season 13. Thank you so much, Hearties, for listening. Talk to you later. Bye.